Germany is a country rich in culture, science, and engineering. It is also where my ancestors hailed from, and as such, I decided to dig deeper into it. This is a political map of Germany, showing its 16 federal states. The biggest federal state is Bayern, and the smallest is Bremen. Lower Saxony and Baden-Württemberg are among the largest federal states. Berlin is a city-state, just like Hamburg and Bremen. However, Bremen is actually two cities that are recognized as a federal state. This topographic map of Germany shows the southern half of Germany to be at higher altitude as you get farther away from the coastline. The Rhine and Danube rivers run through the southern area towards Austria, and the Alps barely make it into the southern tip. While it is a rough map, of the ones I found, it gave the best information. It shows the mostly temperate oceanic climate of West Germany and the moderate continental climate of East Germany. There are several other climates mixed in, including the tundra climate caused by the Alps protruding into Germany's southern tip. This map shows the different crops and products across the country. 80% of Germany's land is used for agricultural purposes. Mining of natural gas, iron, coal, and uranium is also done across the country. On this side we have man-made landmarks. The Brandenburg Gate, built in the 18th century, served as a city gate from a small town to the road to Berlin. It also has a rich symbolic history of triumph and conquest. The Kölner Dom, or Cologne Cathedral, is a Catholic cathedral and a seat of the Archbishop of Cologne, as well as a beautiful example of German Gothic architecture. The Berlin Wall was built to divide East and West Germany. The West was controlled by the US and Western Europe, while the East by the USSR. It fell along with the USSR, but still stands today as a monument to the divide that still exists, although unofficially. The first image from left to right is of a busy street in Berlin with a bike taxi. The second is of Checkpoint Charlie, a gateway between West Berlin and East Berlin during the Cold War. The third is of high school girls in Germany. The fourth is of the people in Michelstadt. The fifth is of Weimar, Germany. And the sixth is of a man who lives in Geisa, Germany, which is the point near Point Alpha, the farthest eastern point in Germany. This image depicts Oktoberfest, a festival that happens throughout Germany and is the world's largest beer and wine festival. Due to COVID-19, it was cancelled for 2020. These are two traditional German meals with authentic food. Germany is famous for its beer and sausage. It is a Weihnachtsmarkt, a Christmas market. These holiday markets appear all over around the celebration of Christmas and during the 4 weeks of Advent. Germany is a federal republic. The government includes a president, the executive, parliament, the legislative, and regional states, the Länder, or the representative body. The judicial branch is led by the Federal Constitutional Court, which is the nation's supreme constitutional court. In 1949, the Constitution is recognized as the nation's basic law, amended after German reunification in 1990. This Constitution provides protection of individual liberty, human and civil rights, and divides the power between the federal and state governments, each having legislative, judicial, and executive power. In 2020, 83.7 million people live in Germany. Berlin is the largest city in Germany with a population of 3.78 million. The two largest rivers in Germany are the Rhine and Danube. The Rhine is shown in the top image, and both are shown on the map. As I said earlier, the Alps barely reach into Germany. The top picture is of Zugspitze, the tallest mountain in Germany, and part of the Alps. The second image is of Lake Ebbsee, a picturesque lake nestled among the mountains in southern Germany. Northern Germany has coastline in both the Atlantic Ocean and Baltic Sea, which is split by Denmark. The image on the right is of a cliff in the Baltic Sea, and the one on the left is on the Atlantic half. Germany has a population of 83 million as of June 1st, 2020. Germany has a stable population pyramid, however, the number of elderly compared to those in the workforce is increasing. Most of the population is German-born, and less than 12% of the population is immigrants. Germany has a net increase of one person every 2 minutes. By UN estimates, as of 2017, 12 million people living in Germany are immigrants, and about 14% of the German population is immigrants. In 2019, there were 20.8 million immigrants in Germany. The official language of Germany is German, which makes up 95% of the spoken language in the country, but others include Kurdish, Danish, Turkish, and Romani, an indigenous language. The majority of Germans identify as either Roman Catholic, Protestant, or express religious affiliation as Orthodox Christian. Germany has the second largest Muslim population in Europe, with 4.4% of Germans affiliated with the Muslim faith. The largest group identified as others or non-believers. A large number of atheists and agnostics are in East Germany rather than West Germany, due to the communist era of control under the USSR, which exercised government policies discouraging religious beliefs. This chart shows the economic sectors per share in the GDP. The largest industry is the service industry, with the famous German production industry being the second largest. Top image shows a German car factory, and the bottom one shows farmland. 13.3% of Germany's exports are cars. Germany's main agricultural venture is cereal and grain crops. As we have seen earlier, Berlin is the largest city in Germany. The second largest, however, is Hamburg, which is shown in the bottom right, and the third largest is Munich, which is shown at the top left. They have a population of 1,700,000 and 1,400,000 respectively. Brandenburg Gate was commissioned by Frederick William II as an entrance to a road which leads to the Prussian Palace. It was built in 1788 by Karl G. Langhans. 3,000 blocks of the memorial to the murdered Jews commemorates the 6 million Jewish people from all over Europe who were murdered by the Nazis. The remains of the Berlin Wall stand as a reminder of the Cold War and the dividing of Germany by the great powers after World War II. This is the itinerary for the travel to Germany. We will be departing from Charlotte, and each person will need to bring $2,221 US for the flight, as prices are inflated. Here is each of the places we will be staying and for how long, and each person should plan to bring 115 euros per day. Education is a priority in Germany, and the country ranks among the top in the world for their educational standards. Germany is ranked 16th in mathematics, 16th in science, and 11th in reading out of 72 countries and economies, a recent study says. More than half of all students in Germany continue their studies at a college or university level. As a driver of innovation and a world leader, they are leading the work in the speed in which they are creating new technologies such as driverless cars. This has been a hallmark of Germany: innovation, science, technology, manufacturing, and engineering. In the World Economics Forum Post latest report, Germany was ranked with a score of 87.5 out of 100 in the innovation capability pillar. It outperformed the US, the world's most competitive economy, which came in second with an 86.5. Germany has exercised an open immigration policy. Germany has been successful in the integration of refugees throughout the community and educational interventions. However, this has created a large economic problem of supporting the immigration. In conclusion, Germany is a country rich in cultural heritage and scientific invention. I thoroughly enjoyed researching them.